Nancy Pelosi's 82-year-old husband is recovering after a vicious beating by an intruder armed with a hammer. Paul Pelosi was rushed into surgery for a skull fracture. Police saying tonight that the attacker said, "Where's Nancy?" and that the actions of the 911 operator, they say, were life-saving.
There are several states that are actually sending out stimulus checks to millions of residents, as well as things that are happening in this country. And yes, they caught the guy that attacked Nancy Pelosi's husband. Joe Biden had something to say about that. All of the information is in this video. Stay tuned because you don't want to miss. Hey, what is up, YouTube family? Today is going to be a great day. We've got tons of information, and we're also announcing the winner of the giveaway that we're doing today. Guys, I want to thank you for your love and support. Maybe you want to jump in to win some free money. Then all you have to do is hit that subscribe button and smash that like button. If you join our membership, then you have a chance to not only win the free money, but you get a chance to win a $25 gift card to any one of these three restaurants: Olive Garden, Cracker Barrel, or Red Lobster. Many of you guys are big Olive Garden fans, and man, does that sound good. But before we jump into all of that information and things that are happening in this country that you need to know about, I just want to say thank you for watching, your support. I hope that you guys are doing great. And for me, I wanted to bring some more spiffs to this channel. Wanted to bring some more things that kind of relate to who I am as a person. I am a big movie fan. I am a big Adam Sandler fan. And I wanted to put this movie quote out there. If you can tell me the movie of where this movie quote came from, then you'll get your name into a drawing for another prize. So we're going to do a few days on this one video that if you can guess the movie of which this quote came from, then you'll get your name put into a drawing. So here is the movie line. "We wasted the good surprise on you." All right, that's the movie line, okay? Here it is again. "We wasted the good surprise on you." All right. Guys, it's one of my all-time favorite movies. If you are a true movie fan and you like movies, then you will know where this part came from in a movie. If you want some hints, then message me down in the comments below, and I might throw you a hint or two. But guys, now on to the important information like stimulus check news and what's happening with Nancy Pelosi and her husband. What is Joe Biden saying about the January 6th riot? All of that craziness that happened. So like I said in the beginning, they found the person that actually went in and brawled with Nancy Pelosi's husband. I mean, it was one hammer. They were going after each other, trying to stop one from the other, trying to hurt each other. And instead of me telling you, why not watch directly what happened?
Brutal attack inside Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi's home. Her husband, Paul Pelosi, beaten with a hammer in the middle of the night. Police and the FBI believe Speaker Pelosi was the intended target. A man identified by police as 42-year-old David DePape breaking into the Pelosi's San Francisco home. Sources telling ABC News the suspect entered through a glass door, shouting, quote, "Where's Nancy? Where's Nancy?" Police arriving on scene around 2:30 a.m., moments before the violent attack, witnessing it firsthand.
They observed Mr. Pelosi and Mr. DePape each with one hand on a single hammer. Officers, while still outside of the doorway threshold, gave commands to both men to drop the hammer. Mr. DePape immediately pulled the hammer away from Mr. Pelosi and violently attacked him.
Pelosi and the suspect both taken to the hospital, the Speaker's office saying he is expected to make a full recovery. The alleged attacker facing multiple charges, including attempted homicide, burglary, and assault with a deadly weapon. The suspect's online social media pages show multiple false conspiracy theories relating to COVID-19, the 2020 election, and the federal government. San Francisco police, Capitol Police, and the FBI are now jointly investigating. Authorities still trying to determine a motive. The White House saying the president and Nancy Pelosi spoke over the phone, and the president is praying for Paul Pelosi and for Speaker Pelosi's whole family. Lawmakers from both parties immediately condemning the attack. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell tweeting he is horrified and disgusted and grateful to hear Paul is on track to make a full recovery. The suspect's alleged call for Pelosi chillingly similar to the chants during the January 6th attack on the Capitol.
Nancy! Oh, Nancy!
Just 2 months ago, a rioter who carried a gun into the Capitol and threatened Speaker Pelosi was sentenced to more than 7 years in prison. Several men have been convicted in recent years of threatening the Speaker, and the Pelosi home was vandalized just last year. With just 11 days until midterm elections, the attack comes as threats of violence against lawmakers is at an all-time high.
Man, wasn't that crazy? Now, I'm going to say this, and some people may disagree and some people may agree. Why is there always things that happen that are crazy to the losing side, the losing party, when it comes to elections or midterm elections? All of a sudden, this guy out of nowhere, who apparently was at the January 6th riot, was purposely breaking into Nancy Pelosi's house, saying the exact same thing he said on that day, the same thing he said in the House, and he was trying to go after Nancy. Guys, call it what you want it, but this sounds kind of baloney to me. Something is rigged right here, and I know how it sounds, but there's no way that the agenda that they're trying to push, they're trying to stop Donald Trump from running again, so they're using January 6th riot. And isn't it crazy that they're losing right now in the midterm elections, that they pull a guy from the January 6th riot and then he breaks into their house saying the exact same thing, and it's like, wow, all of this kind of fell into place. It wasn't a guy that never had nothing to do with anything. It wasn't a guy like down the street or some homeless guy. It was a guy that was at the January 6th riot. So if you put 2 and 2 together, something is not adding up. But I wanted to leave it up to you guys. Ask, what do you think? What do you think is truly happening behind the scenes? Do you honestly believe everything that they say? I have learned in my 32 years of life that you can't always believe a politician. I'm just saying, I'm not the only one who said that. I've been told that. I've heard that before. Millions of times, you don't trust a politician because you see one thing, but they're doing something else. But there's that. But Joe Biden, right here on the screen, said, Biden calls for end of political violence after attack on Pelosi's husband. And look, I'm glad that Biden said this because there is no place for violence. That shouldn't have happened. I totally agree. That should have never happened. The only thing that I'm saying is, how in the world does somebody who was at the January 6th riot happen to be the same person to break into I mean, it doesn't add up, guys. And I'm telling you, I'm not just going to fall for any little thing that they put together, throw on the screen and say, man, this is a guy that he was against them, yada, yada, trying to stop. And I'm like, dude, there's more behind this than what is really showing. So here's a video from President Biden actually talking about this situation. Here it is on the screen.
Again, I want us to take a short pause to send our love to Nancy and Paul Pelosi. I've been on the phone with Nancy, arranged for her to be able to get from Washington out to see her husband, Bobby. That's where she's in the plane now, heading out there. And you've seen the news. He was attacked in their home, and when I spoke to the speaker, she said that he's doing okay. He went to the hospital, was operated on, and he seems to be coming along well. He's in good spirits. The whole family's there. While this invasion is ongoing, the news reports indicate it was intended to be an attack on the house Nancy Pelosi lives in, the third ranking person in the United States in line to be president. You know, it's reports that the same chant was used by this guy they have in custody that was used on January 6th in the attack on the U.S. Capitol. I'm not making this up. This is reported. I can't guarantee it. I can tell you what's being reported. The chant was, "Where's Nancy? Where's Nancy? Where's Nancy?" This is despicable. There's no place in America. There's too much violence, political violence, too much hatred, too much vitriol. And what makes us think that one party can talk about stolen elections, COVID being a hoax, there's all a bunch of lies, and it not affect people who may not be so well balanced? What makes us think that it's not going to corrode the political climate? Enough is enough is enough. Every person of good conscience needs to clearly and unambiguously Stand up against the violence in our politics, regardless of what your politics are. All of us together as Americans, knowing Paul and Nancy and the families I do, they're tough as they come. But we're praying for him. We're optimistic for his full recovery.
And I agree. Look, he said all that. I agree that there is no room for violence in this country. Things need to be handled better, whether or not you agree with their politic beliefs. So there again, this is where I remain neutral, because I have learned that yes, everyone has their own opinion and they're entitled to it. But my opinion should not pressure or come against or be wrong towards anybody else's opinion, because everybody has that same right. So that is where I am with that. But guys, I have some stimulus check news on some states that are actually sending out payments. And these are the states that are doing it, just in case you wanted to know, hey, is my state sending out stimulus checks? Well, here it is right on the screen. States that are eligible: California, Colorado, Delaware, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, and Indiana. These are all of the states that are sending out stimulus checks. These are the states that have done something, stood up and said, you know what, we are going to help our residents out. We know that the federal government hasn't sent out any checks. They haven't done anything. So this is something that I wanted to bring to you guys, the most up-to-date news. And now it is time to announce the winner of the $100 giveaway today that we do every single Saturday. So guys, the winner in today's video, give it up for Daniel J. Garcia. Congratulations. Thank you for your love and support for this channel. Definitely make sure to direct message me your information so I can get you paid, get the money coming your way. Thank you again so much for watching. Congratulations, Daniel, on that win. Guys, you have a chance to win every single week. We're doing giveaways, so definitely hit that subscribe button and smash that like button for your chance to win. Guys, stay tuned for more videos to come, and until next time, I'm John Muro.